Sorry to make you wait. I'm a little late. Oh, yeah. I'll turn up here. Okay. Now we're good. As you can see, I found my tripod. Guess where it was? Standing right in the middle of the floor. Oh, yeah. I'm thinking maybe because I was looking for a tripod, wanted desperately to find my tripod, that when I saw a tripod, my brain was just like, that can't be it. You haven't suffered enough of the struggle to find the tripod. But there it was. Happy Tuesday, everybody. Everybody doing good. Give me some thumbs up, some hearts, to let me know y'all are doing good today. Come on, you got to give me something. Yeah, I know we're on a delay, so I'm sitting there waiting. Oh, there they come. There comes all those thumbs. Yeah. Yeah, so everybody grab your Break On Through brew. And we're going to drink a little remembrance toast to our man, the lead singer from the Saints, and to Gilbert Gottfried. Rest in peace, y'all. Running so late today, I had to get bottled tea, man. I couldn't make no hibiscus. Well, for those of you who enjoy the shows I do that I don't have anything planned, you're in luck. Today is one of those shows. So, if you have questions, I think I can see them. As long as they don't come in too fast. I got some stuff to talk about, but as far as a topic for this Break On Through, I don't. Have y'all got you one of these yet? Scott Savage's Memento Mori on red and blue vinyl. I'm your source. Oh, I tell y'all, it's been a busy time. Little Winter has been in the hospital for, I don't know, I guess she's on her second week now. I talked with her dad today. Everything is good, though. Little Coleman this weekend turns 1 year old. So, yeah. All right, Derek Giles, I'll see you over there. You're chomping at the bit, don't you? Derek Giles is going to get some mention in this Break On Through. Oh, yeah. You know, for about the last month. No, there's Julie from Quebec. Hey there. Haven't seen you in a long time. I've seen a couple from Canada in here. Got any other foreign countries breaking on through with us today? Well, Brad Mullins, he's from the foreign country of Durham. I haven't done any top tens in about the last month. Jim from the great country of Missouri. And Kim from Belgium. Boy, I love some Belgium. Always had great times in Belgium. But I haven't done top 10s in over a month. So today I'm going to do 3 top 10s, and they all have to do with music as usual. But I have gotten some great ideas from y'all. Either the messages on here or or if you private message me. I've gotten some great ideas. And they're going to be in the next one. Obviously, we got some from London. Kim says he hopes we come back. Man, we love the Pits. The Pits is one of our favorite places to play on the planet. But I know y'all are sitting there going, well, damn, Jeff Clayton, why are you keeping us in suspense? Why don't you give us a good old top 10 there, son? Well, my next thing to you is, here it comes. Rose Tattoo Top 10. Now, if there's anybody on here going, hey, who the hell's Rose Tattoo? You might need to just break on through to some other podcast. Now, for those of you in the know, you're going to say, damn, Jeff Clayton, well, you just like the first 3 albums? I love the first 3 albums. I like the others. There's one I do not like. It has the name of something like Beat of a Different Drum or something. He's singing Angry Anderson. Singing love songs to Winnie Mandela, and we all go through what we go through, man. I ain't hold it against you, Angry. Mark Unrest got him a Rose tattoo, if you will, man. I still want one. There's a good friend of mine named Jeff Skipsky that used to run Baloney Shrapnel Records, man. He got a Rose tattoo in Australia done by Pete Wells, the original slide guitar player. How's that? How good is that? Well, man, you know, they came back hard rocking, you know, decade or 2 back. And those records were good, you know, but man, you know, like the first 3 for me, just discovering them when those first 3 were coming out. And I got to see them on the Scarred for Life tour, where they were opening for Aerosmith in Greensboro, North Carolina. So here we go. Number 10 on old JC's top 10 Rose tattoo list, Suicide City. That song has one of the best lyrics ever written. They throw themselves out of windows. Throw themselves in front of trains. A university diploma don't mean you got brains. How good is that? I've got a PhD, yeah, and you're still a dumbass. So, number 9 on my list, Dead Set, from the Scarred for Life LP. Number 8, One of the Boys. Now, there's a time in our life when all the boys are hanging out. And, you know, boys being boys. But as you get older, I don't think as much of that goes on. So there's this romanticized thing about, you know, all the kids are hanging out all around type of thing. But One of the Boys, man, that was one of those songs that That's right, Mark. Tattooed arms, rings in my ears. Old JC used to have rings in his ears. I probably got rings in my ears because oh, damn, I got some tattooed arms. I got to give me some rings in my ears now. And man, from here up, that's right, Kid E Cat. I don't look for trouble, but I won't hide, son. Oh yeah. From number 7 to number 1, I think could have been a long tie for number 1. Because I love all these songs, man. And there's going to be somebody, what about, blah, blah, blah? Well, you know, I probably like that song too, but this is my top 10. Just because I don't have one that would be in your top 10, don't get all bent out of shape. Just simply, when I make a post, you know, I'll make a post later with my top 10. Put your top 10 in there. Like that, we can compare. Oh, well, he likes about 6 of my top 10. You know, it's his favorite, whatever. Number 7, Magnum Made. Feel the steel cool in my hand. This man is about to die. Of course, saying that, you know, we may get zapped. May spend some time in some good old Facebook County Jail. Number 6. Maybe you remember us covering this one. All the Lessons. We covered that on a split single with the Hookers. Number 5. Out of This Place. Number 4, also from the Assault and Batter, from the Scarred for Life album, Revenge. My city's torn by Union strikes. They're part of an evil plan. Oh, yeah. And here comes the 1, 2, 3 punch, man. Number 3, from their self-titled debut, Tramp. And it was hard to decide who would get number 1 here because, man, these 2 songs, to me, these 2 songs are the embodiment of Rose Tattoo. Number 2, and when I say number 2, man, it's like, here's number 1, here's number 2, man. It's like only a nail width of being under number 1. Astro Wally. From what I understand, he's a real mean cat. Y'all, the damn pollen is terrible in South and North Carolina now. And it's affecting old JC, but with the help of that good old Irish sea moss, which one of you wrote me today telling me, hey, man, I dig some Irish sea moss, you know, and I'm glad that my information can help you because it sure helped me. The First Lady, man, she studies this stuff. But number 1, charge was assault and battery. Judge said there would be no bail. Well, there it is. Rose tattoo, top 10. Yeah, Jason, you talking about some sea moss, man. I'm going to tell you, the First Lady and I, she's going to get it worked out to where we buy the actual sea moss and soak it and make our own sea moss gel. Because, man, I'm going to tell you guys what, if you've tasted or tried the capsules of the dried sea moss and you go, man, this shit's really good. Man, I'm going to tell you what. Take it. Don't just take it to the next level. Take it a couple more levels higher. And take the sea moss gel. Now, Jim said he ain't never heard of rose tattoo. Jim, now, you listen, you take my top 10. I told you, man, and you listen to them. I promise you, at the end of your YouTube session or Spotify session, you will be a rose tattoo fan. Oh, yeah. I guarantee it. Now, I just saw Mondo saying, oh, aloha. Aloha, that means hello. From Crap Country. Oh, okay, I get it. I thought you were saying from Crap County, Georgia. I was like, man, you ain't from no Crap County, Georgia. You're from Crap Country, North Carolina. Mondo Braswell is now a resident of North Carolina. Welcome, Mondo. Got any questions? Because if you don't, I'm gonna move. Oh, damn, man, I killed a lot of time with that rose tattoo top 10. Let's see. I don't see no questions coming through. Should I just move on to the next top 10? Be out of tea here in a minute. That's going to be bad news. Well, I'll tell you what, I'm just going to go on with the next top 10, man. And now, don't worry. Every episode of Break On Through is not going to be a top 10, okay? And I'll do a top 10. Sometimes I don't, like I haven't for the last month. But I'm not going to fill every Break On Through with top 10. Malcolm says, tell the crack house story. Malcolm, I got to get in the right frame of mind for that, man. I've already started on a path for this Break On Through that I don't want to venture too far off of. But remind me next week, and it wasn't even really a crack house, but shit, man, I'll tell it. Almighty, man, we were playing in Monroe, North Carolina. Some shithole. And man, this was back during the time I was drinking. If you had the misfortune of seeing the ANTiSEEN shows when I was drinking, I mean, I imagine some of them were pretty entertaining. I imagine some of them were pretty bad. Matter of fact, Mad Brother Ward told me he just stayed out in the parking lot, listened, and wouldn't even come in. Because I don't remember it being that bad. Mad Brother Ward does seem to take things a little more personal. But I imagine it wasn't great. But the guy putting on the show just took money and took off, left. You gonna pay ANTiSEEN? Nah. Well, there was enough people there that knew the guy. And we said, do you know where the guy lives? And I think one of them got in the van with us and rode with us. And man, we rode to the guy's house. And keep in mind who you got here. You got me. You got the Young brothers. You got Barry Hannibal. Trip McNeil. And all of us, except for Trip and Barry, have been drinking. Well, the Young brothers just wanted to just go in shooting. Let's just shoot the fucking place up. We had a shotgun. We had guns. Calmer head prevent. And when you hear the story, you're going to go, wait a minute. That's the Calmer heads? And I was like, yeah, well, man, we found out where the house was. And Barry, followed by Trip and the Young brothers. And see, I stayed out there at the bus. I was just keeping an eye on things to make sure when the cops came that somebody's in that driver's seat and we can either take off or, you know, start explaining things to them right off the bat and not let these assholes. Well, they walked into the house. And the guy's parents are sitting there watching TV and they're watching these guys walk through their house. And knowing what you know now and how people are now, I seriously doubt we would have done this. Because if I don't know who you are and you come walking through my house, I'm going to shoot you. Shit. There we go. We're going to get, again. But, they found the guy's bedroom. And he was hiding under the bed. Barry Hannibal got down on his hands and knees like this, looks under there, and pulls the guy out from under the bed. And turns him upside down and shakes him. It was like a cartoon, man. You know, shit falling out of his pockets and stuff. And there was our damn wad of money. I think he had taken a few minutes to stop and get him some crack or something. So we're minus some crack, whatever crack costs, we're minus that. But he pocketed the rest thinking, oh, it's gonna be crack and pizza all night long, but nuh-uh. We got the money, and man, we told him, if you ever try to rip us off again, I'm going to do more than just shake you. But he did. He pulled him right out from under the bed and shook him upside down. Here's the good part. His parents didn't do shit. They just kept watching TV. Entertainment Tonight or whatever the hell was on. Well, you're a stupid son, you know. People. What are you going to do? My main Derek Giles suggested to me, hey, old JC, man, hey, Prez, why don't you do a damn top 10 of some of your favorite soundtracks? I thought that's a damn good idea. Man, I love soundtracks. I love all kinds of soundtracks. But you're going to see in my list, it's about half and half. I really love the horror movie soundtracks. Now you're thinking, I know what y'all are probably thinking. And you may be right on some of it. Now this is just some of my favorites. And these were my favorites that I picked out at 4 a.m. when I got up this morning. Now I could probably do a top 10 of blaxploitation soundtracks. But I was trying to think just in general. And you know, the thing I wasn't going to do was sit around and like concentrate too hard trying, let me think of the most obscure soundtrack I can think of that no one has ever known or never seen. And I just figured, all right, what if I had to pick out 10 soundtracks right now, what would I pick out? And here they come. Number 10, soundtrack to The Harder They Come. Features a lot of reggae artists along with Jimmy Cliff, Toots and the Maytals. DJ Scotty. Matter of fact, The Harder They Come is where we get that sample on Bad Will Ambassadors. Before we play Weight of the World. Sit tight and listen keenly while I play for you a brand new musical biscuit. That's Prince Buster saying that. On the scene where Jimmy Cliff gets his record played at the sound system dance hall parties. And I got it from being sampled by Big Audio Dynamite on Come On Every Beatbox. So it goes around, it goes around, it comes around. Oh, Matt, come on now. You know Saturday Night Fever's in here now. Matter of fact, number 9, Saturday Night Fever. That's just a great soundtrack. It's a great soundtrack. It's a great movie. I love the movie. I went and saw it in the theater when it came out. Number 8. Car Wash. 1976. Not The Wash. Car Wash. Hey, the First Lady is with us. Hello, First Lady. Everyone say hello to the First Lady if you would take a second to. That woman loves her some Saturday Night Fever too. But number 8 is Car Wash. Great, great soundtrack. Pointer Sisters in it are amazing. You got to believe something. Why not believe in me? Oh, yeah. That's a song right there now. Now, you know this is going to be in one of them, but I bet y'all wouldn't know which one. Number 7, Conquest of the Planet of the Apes. Oh, yeah. That is a damn good sound. I got a CD box set of all 5 of the original movies soundtrack. You know what I liked about that is the xylophone stuff. Boom, 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 boom. I used to think when I heard Live and Let Die in 73, man, that sounds like Planet of the Apes music. Ding, 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 ding. I didn't know about James Bond movies. I mean, I knew about them, but I didn't see many. And if I can put an ape over something, I'm going to. Number 6. Now, this may have some of you scratching your head. I know you like horror movies, but you know what? Why are you going back that far? Man, I'm telling you, ever since I was a kid, a young kid, I always paid attention to the music in what I was watching. And this movie, I just thought the soundtrack, you know how you, and I want to make this, I want to get this straight with you. I prefer scores over comps of songs, but when those comps of songs are made specifically for that movie, that's another thing. But this movie, man, it seemed like the score was like, I couldn't think of any music that would be more perfect for the scenes. And that movie is The Bride of Frankenstein with Boris Karloff, Con Clive, and man, especially the scene where Dr. Pretorius goes, "The Bride of Frankenstein," and they pull the thing, and they pull her dress, and you hear those little church bells, boom, 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 boom. Man, well, I got goosebumps, man. Got goosebumps now, but just talking about that scene. Man, this weekend, y'all need to watch that and pay close attention to this soundtrack. I've got an LP version of it, and there's a lot of different ones out, but yeah, James Whale. Number five is a damn tie. I saw somebody just say something, but it's not Marvin Gaye. It's Curtis Mayfield. And it's funny you would even bring that up right now, because number 5 is a tie between Superfly and Short Eyes, the music of Curtis Mayfield. Man, those two albums, it's like you cannot find better examples of more perfect albums from start to finish, front to back. And I personally think that Short Eyes is the better soundtrack. And when I say better, you're talking about, well, Superfly's number is like up so high you can't even see. And then Short Eyes, is like that much above it. So, yeah, that's Curtis Mayfield, Stephen. He does Doo-Doo Wop is Strong in Here. And Freddie Fender is also in that movie, and he sings a version of a Curtis Mayfield song called Break It Down, and it's a very powerful song. And I love the version that Freddie Fender does in there. It's a cappella with some coffee can bongos or something. And that was not included on the soundtrack album, though. The thing about Short Eyes in particular, more so than Superfly, most of the album was not even used in the movie. Like Superfly, for instance, had a piece in the movie called Militant March, which I thought was a great piece of music. I love it. One of my favorite parts of the movie, just because I get to hear that part. But now I got a double CD of the soundtrack, and it's got all the bonus material. But I don't understand. I mean, I guess it was time constraints, but I didn't understand why that didn't get included on the LP of Superfly. Now I saw my main Jim Earhart asked me about Shaft. I love Shaft, but like I told you guys, I could do a top 10 just on blaxploitation soundtracks. I was trying to get my top 10 soundtrack. Like, if someone, I don't know what reason it would be, if someone said, "Hey, cowboy, you got to get 10 soundtrack albums out of your record collection and get on up out of here, son." These would be the 10 I'd try to find and take with me. All right. Number 4. This may have been where most of us, not all of us, but most of us, got our first exposure to the Italian group Goblin. And that would be the soundtrack of Dawn of the Dead. Man, I can put on that soundtrack and just let it play while I'm doing stuff around the house. I like Day of the Dead too, the original Day of the Dead, not the remakes that came later. But that Dawn of the Dead, that is a soundtrack classic. I love it. Especially the scenes where they were pulling the trucks, you know, to the doors, the tractor trailer trucks to the doors. Boom, 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 boom. Man, great. Number 3, Taxi Driver. One of my favorite movies of all time. I love that jazz soundtrack, man. It's especially powerful, you know, at the beginning when he's just riding around, kind of talking to himself, and then at the opening scene where the cab comes out of the smoke and stuff. It's fucking awesome. Number 2, another George Romero movie makes it onto my top 10 soundtrack. Martin. And you talk about haunting and melancholy. Now, I like melancholy. I don't like ANTiSEEN to be melancholy, but when I'm listening to, you know, I think Martin is my favorite George Romero movie. And that's got some good competition, man. Like Dawn of the Dead, Day of the Dead, Night of the Living Dead. But man, I love Martin. I heard someone wrote. Excuse me, y'all. I gotta get some of this damn pollen, man. I'm gonna go get me some Irish sea moss here in a minute. But someone wrote that they found the 2-hour director's cut, and I think they said that it's going to come out on Blu-ray, and it was all filmed in black and white, or was going to be presented in black and white. I don't know if I like that, but and the word is Goblin did the original soundtrack. Now I don't know why you would have Goblin do the soundtrack and then not have him do the soundtrack, but I don't know. But I like the original soundtrack. My number 1, and I have to say this is my number 1. This is my favorite soundtrack. I have championed this soundtrack on Facebook, probably even MySpace, for years. Dracula AD 1972. The guy who did this soundtrack, I think he later, or was, in Manfred Mann's Earth Band. But this is him by himself, you know, with musicians, but him writing it, conducting it. And I love it. Man, it's like classic 70s. I mean, some of it sounds very, you know, much like a horror movie, but some of it sounds like it could have been a cop film or a kung fu movie or something. And man, I love that stuff. I love it. My main Callie says Goblin only did the European cut of Martin. Oh man, I would like to see and hear that. I really would. I guess we'll get our chance soon, huh? Well, damn, man, I've talked on 2 top 10s now, and it's almost time to wrap it up. Let me go ahead and get in some quick plugs here. KD After Dark, every day, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram. KD After Dark. He's got t-shirts for sale. My main Derek Giles. Now, he's got some t-shirts for sale, too. Now, you know, Break On Through Studios, where you can't see, is a disaster area. Matter of fact, I'm taking a day off of work tomorrow to sit in here and work on this mofo all day long. It's driving me crazy. I know y'all are going, damn. Driving you crazy. From the things I see and hear, you've been there a long damn time, but no. But what the point I'm making is, if I could get to it, I'd show it to you. But Derek Giles has got a shirt he's wanting to sell. It tells how he feels about the community standards of a certain platform that we are all familiar with. And he's asking $25 a piece. Now, I can't show it or tell you his email or nothing, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to make a post about the shirt. And you can get in touch with Derek Giles yourself if this is something you're interested in. And I had to censor it because you know how sensitive people are these days. You really don't want to send someone crumbling to the floor in fetal position and have them start trembling. Because next thing you know, you got villagers with pitchforks and torches outside your house. Tim, he did. No, Derek Giles didn't do the Harley Race shirt. You're thinking of On the Mark Shirts, another company I like to give props to on here. Along with Ruby from The Hills Have Eyes, Janice Blythe. Go to her store. She has lowered prices to help combat the plight of the working class. Since it costs like, $800 for a tank of gas now, well, I ain't got no money for a picture where she dropped the price, so maybe you will have some left over, if you got that to spend. But go visit her store. I'm going to do my last top 10. Now, I'm going to have to go through this kind of fast, but it makes sense that I would go through this one kind of fast. And I know that there is going to be tons of, what about? But, man, I'm telling you, this morning, when I compiled these lists, I tried to not give it I didn't want to think about it. I didn't want to go, let me get something real good and obscure in it. Not too many people, so I seem like I'm a little more hip than I actually am. Someone told me I wasn't very hip on one of my posts this week. Said, man, you're using terms that's already passé, man, or whatever you use. I thanked him for his wisdom. One other guy says, hey, or something like, whatever, boomer, which I am proud as hell, proud as General Patton, member of the baby boomers. But you know what I said back to him? Gotcha, groomer. So anyway, here's my last top 10. And it's going to be quick. It's going to be fast. Because they were quick and fast. This is my top 10 of the Ramones. Are you ready? 1, 2, 3, 4. Number 10. Today You're Loved, Tomorrow the World. I bet the Ramones didn't get as much shit for doing that song as we did. Number 9. It's a Long Way Back to Germany. Number 8. A more modern Ramones. Endless Vacation. Oh, yeah. Number 7. She's the One. Yeah, she's the one. Love it. Number 6. Pinhead. I don't want to be a pinhead no mo. Number 5. My mantra. I'm against it. But everybody, yeah, and I'm against that. But you're not real rock and roll if you don't, and I'm against that. You'd be much better if, and I'm against that. Number 4, Chainsaw. Oh, 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 wow, wow, wow. Number 3, Warthog. I'm going to expound a little bit on this right here. A buddy of mine that I first started playing music with in New London, North Carolina, his name is Randy Sides. I know he still got it. He's the type of guy, if he had it back in 1976, he still got it now. And it's probably in just as good a shape as it was then. But he had I think it was a 1956 Les Paul Jr. And man, he was good. He was really good at it. And I don't know if he kept playing over the years, but he had an instructional 45. And man, I would love to find that record. I can't even begin to know what it was called. Maybe one day I'm just going to write him and ask him if he's still got. I know he probably won't let it go, but the instructional record, the guy would come on and introduce a song. He'd give you the song title, and then he'd play some riffs with some little drums in the back. But he comes on and he goes, Warthog. I was like, man, that song is good as hell. Anyway, back to this. 1, 2, 3, 4, number 2, Commando. But damn, 3 of the songs y'all covered are in it. Yeah, that's why we covered them. Number 1. Now, as far as I can tell on my list, I've only got one song, number 1 from Rocket to Russia, but Rocket to Russia is my favorite record. How does that work? Well, damn, Jeff Lee, it's your favorite record, but your top 10, you only got one song from it. Well, I don't know how that works. I don't. But number 1, and this song holds a special place in my heart because, man, I know, and when I give you the title and I tell you that every time I hear about it, I think of my mom, you're going to go, man, you're one shitty-ass son. When you hear that song, you think of your mom, but I'll explain. Number 1 is Cretin Hop. 1, 2, 3, 4. Cretins want to hop some more. 4, 5, 6, 7. All Cretins go to heaven. No, I do not think my mom is a Cretin. God rest her soul. But one trip that she took with me and my brother to Myrtle Beach, she thought she had raised a couple Cretins. We had a cassette player. You know, one that held like 6D batteries. Or 4D batteries. Little thing. Panasonic, probably. With a black, I think it was a Kmart brand cassette tape. Well, on side 1, it had Rocket to Russia. Side 1 and 2. Guess what it had on side 2? Rocket to Russia. Side 1 and 2. So, we would play. And he'd get to, hey, hey, hey. Why is it always this way? Hey, hey, fade out. Why is it all? Do a little fast forward. Flip it over. 1, 2, 3, you know. Eventually, about an hour and a half into that, Mom says, all these people say is 1, 2, 3, 4. Well, Mom, I heard them say a few other things, but they do say that a lot. He's like, y'all, we got to cut on the radio. I can't listen to that one record again. And we ain't listening to it on the way back home either. So that's why every time I hear that song, I think, because, man, when they got to that 1, 2, 3, 4, greatest one off, she was just like, oh, God. Well, man, I hope y'all had a good time today. I sure enjoyed talking to you. I enjoyed you being here with me, like every Tuesday. And, hell, man, just because I don't get to your idea, things come up. But I will eventually get to. Matter of fact, I go through it sometime when I have a hour or so to kill. Man, I go through and I write down everything. Y'all seen my notes, but yeah, like Mark Deal. I just saw Mark Deal. Mark Deal gave me some great ideas, some stuff I'm going to do eventually. I'll tell you what his idea was. Favorite comics, favorite artist, like artist, not music artist. So, get out there. Do what you do. Because sooner or later, we're all just going to have to break on through. Catch us on the replay, Mark. You'll dig it.